Hey, this is Steve Vargo. Welcome to another episode of I Own a Business, where we focus on helping practice owners build the practice of their dreams. When I say artificial intelligence, what's the first thing you think of? Is it scary? Is it exciting? Futuristic? All of the above? AI has actually been around longer than most people realize. It's just now coming to the forefront because of new tools that have been released, like ChatGPT. And that's something I want to focus on in this episode. Have you played around with ChatGPT? And if you haven't, let me explain what it is. So ChatGPT is a tool that lets users enter prompts to create human-like text or images that are created by artificial intelligence. So what is artificial intelligence? It's really just technology that simulates human intelligence using machines. And if that sounds creepy to you, it is kind of creepy. That was literally my initial reaction the first time I used it. I said, this is creepy. Instead of me talking about it, let me demonstrate. And then I'll go into some of the pitfalls of AI, but also the potential it has to help you run your practice more efficiently. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my account, my free account at ChatGPT. It's at chat.openai.com. And I'm going to type in a prompt and I'm going to ask it to do something for me. I'm going to ask it to create a job ad. Now, here's the prompt I created, and I didn't hit send yet. This is just what I entered into ChatGPT. Create an engaging and attractive job ad for an experienced optician to work at Smith Family Eyecare in Atlanta, Georgia. Our practice provides excellent salary and benefits, including paid training, vacation, holidays, and paid 401k. This position requires someone with a great personality that enjoys working with people. The primary responsibilities will be assisting and educating patients with the selection of eyeglass frames, lenses, and lens enhancements, and overseeing the optical lab. So that's what you would call a prompt. I put that into ChatGPT. And for the sake of this exercise, I kept that pretty simple. But you could add as much detail as you want. So let me go over to Chat, and I'm going to hit send on that. And let's see what it sends me back. It's usually pretty quick, but here we go. All right, so I'm just going to read through it. So the little prompt I gave it, here's what it sent me back. Join our team at Smith Family Eyecare in Atlanta, Georgia. Are you an experienced optician looking for a rewarding career opportunity? Look no further. Smith Family Eyecare is seeking a dynamic and personable optician to join our team in Atlanta, Georgia. As a valued member of our practice, you'll enjoy excellent salary and benefits, including paid training, vacation, holidays, and a competitive 401k package. A supportive work environment where your contributions are recognized and valued, opportunities for professional growth and development in a thriving optometry practice. In your role, you will assist and educate patients in selecting eyeglass frames, lenses, and lens enhancements that meet their unique needs and preferences, provide personalized guidance and recommendations to ensure optimal visual clarity and comfort for our patients, oversee the optical lab to ensure accuracy and quality in the fabrication of eyewear. The ideal candidate will have a passion for customer service and a genuine enjoyment of working with people, previous experience as an optician with expertise in frame styling, lens selection, and optical lab operations, strong communication and interpersonal skills with the ability to build rapport and establish trust with patients. At Smith Family Eyecare, we're committed to delivering exceptional eye care services and creating positive experiences for our patients. If you're ready to join a dynamic team dedicated to making a difference in people's lives, we want to hear from you. Apply today by submitting your resume and a cover letter highlighting your qualifications and why you'd be a great fit for our team. Don't miss this opportunity to take your career to new heights with Smith Family Eyecare. I told you it's a little creepy, right? It wrote all that just based on what little information I gave it. Now, there's debate around ethics and safety and privacy when it comes to AI. Love it or hate it, I think it's here to stay. In fact, it's being used in a wide variety of industries as we speak, including healthcare. It's being used to develop new drugs and treatments, diagnose diseases, provide personalized care. Like I like to say with any trend, you don't have to like trends, just don't ignore trends. So what I'd like to do is share with you some ways that you can use this in your practice to perform some pretty valuable tasks very quickly and efficiently that may otherwise have required you or a staff member to spend a long time on. I should probably mention that I'm definitely not an AI expert, but here's the thing. You don't have to be. If you can type instructions into a box, you can use ChatGPT. That's about all there is to it. So let me briefly address an ethical issue before we get into the other stuff. From my personal experience, AI carries quite a bit of value for improving efficiency with things that I might have otherwise spent hours doing, that now I can literally do in minutes, whether that's generating ideas or creating outlines or summarizing information. But there's also times when it's probably not appropriate. This is something I recently had to address in my own house with my 14-year-old son. I was checking his homework and he wrote a paper and I read it and I thought, wow, Ryan, that is really good. That's really well written. Maybe a little too well written. So I did a little investigative work and it became clear that he didn't actually write the paper. He had ChatGPT do it. So we had to have a little powwow, a little discussion about the appropriate use of ChatGPT. Not to mention, I don't think his teacher was going to believe he wrote that either. So for similar reasons, a lot of companies, including iDoc, have policies around AI for when it's appropriate and when it's not. I occasionally will get asked to write articles or speak. I've written a few books. I would never use it for those purposes because I want those things to represent my own voice and originality. So just use discretion with regards to passing off something machine generated as your own work. So with that being said, and now that you know what ChatGPT is, what are some ways that you can use it to make your life easier as a practice owner? Well, I already gave you one, job ads. I'm going to make a little confession here. I get asked to review a lot of job ads and offer my input, and maybe I'll do some edits or make some suggestions. And it was a while back, I was just starting to play around with ChatGPT. So I decided to plug in the info that a doctor gave me about a job that she was looking to hire for into ChatGPT just to see what it kicked out. And I did that and I sent it back to the doctor and she replied almost immediately with the word, wow, in all capitalized. Wow, followed by 5 exclamation points. 5 exclamation points. Nobody ever replied back to my own revisions with even 1 exclamation point. So I started thinking, maybe ChatGPT is a little smarter than me. And as much as I would have liked to take credit for that, I was honest with her. I told her I was experimenting with this thing called ChatGPT and I really couldn't take credit for it. But for your purposes, I think that's an example of something that I don't see any ethical problems with. Most job ads are so boring. So just try it. Take some key information from your lifeless, boring job ad and see what chat can turn it into. Another big one is staff training. Do you have training manuals for your staff? It's really as simple as prompting chat to create step-by-step procedures and protocols for common tasks and procedures performed in the practice. You could also ask it to create quizzes to verify your staff's understanding of the material. You could ask it to create role-play exercise addressing things like sales objections or angry patients. You'll most likely have to do some editing and revising based on your specific practice needs, but in my experience, this will usually get you about 80% of the way there. Okay, so let's jump back to ChatGPT and try something different. So I'm going to type in create a 5-question, bear with me, question quiz for an optician demonstrating their knowledge of frame adjustments. And let's see what it kicks out. Maybe I could have worded that better, but let's see what we get here. I'm just going to read a couple. I won't go through all 5. Question 1, what is the correct method for adjusting plastic frames with a heat-sensitive material to prevent damage? A, apply heat directly to the frame material. B, use cold water to cool the frame after heating. C, avoid applying excessive pressure during adjustments. D, all of the above. This is really bad, but I'm not sure what the right answer is. Question 2. Moving on. Question 2. Which tool is commonly used to adjust the temple arms of eyeglass frames to achieve a proper fit behind the ears? A, pliers. B, heat gun. C, screwdriver. D, frame warmer. These are pretty good questions. So I asked it to list 5. I won't ask it, or I won't repeat all 5 of them, but you get the point. Pretty cool, right? So a lot of applications with staff training. Let's jump to another one. Marketing. You could use it for marketing. You could use chat to generate marketing ideas, write blog articles, write social media posts, newsletter content. You could use it to create emails for a trunk show or promotional campaign. I'll mention again to avoid passing off AI-generated content as original work, but even in those instances, it can improve efficiency by generating ideas or giving you a template or outline to work from. In fact, that was the conversation I had with my son. I said, I don't mind you using it for assistance or research, but the work you turn in has to be your own work. I'm learning with teens, they like to push the boundaries, but that's another topic. And I'd be remiss to not give a shout out to iDoc's own marketing services. So these are some helpful pointers, but if you really want to supercharge your marketing efforts, I would highly recommend you look into iDoc's optometry marketing services, and you can find out more about that on our website at idoc.net. So another one, staff meetings. You could use it for staff meetings to create an agenda for your staff meetings. Or if not everyone could be there and you have someone take notes or record minutes, those could be entered into ChatGPT and turned into a wonderful summary of the meeting that could be shared with everyone. So let me give you an example of that. So this is something I typed in earlier to ChatGPT and see what it would kick out. So let's assume you had a meeting. Let's assume you had somebody there taking minutes and not everybody could be there, and you wanted to create something engaging that you could send to the rest of the staff and especially the ones who couldn't be there. So here's what I entered. We had a staff meeting and discussed the following 3 topics: the importance of returning patient calls as soon as possible to promote great customer service, a status update on practice goals and how we need to focus on more multiple pair sales, and we recognized Mary for the glaring review she received from a patient. Please summarize these points and turn this into an informative and entertaining email that can be shared with the entire team. Okay, this is so crazy, but here's what it sent me. And I'll mention again, you may want to do some editing for accuracy and also to add your own voice to it. I find sometimes that ChatGPT is a little overly formal, a little more formal than people actually speak. So here's what ChatGPT turned that into. Hi, team. I hope this email finds you all well and energized for another fantastic week ahead. I wanted to take a moment to recap some of the key highlights from our recent staff meeting. We covered 3 important topics that I'm excited to share with you. Number 1, prompt patient call returns. One of the cornerstones of our practice is delivering exceptional customer service, and a big part of that is returning patient calls as promptly as possible. Remember, when we respond promptly to patient inquiries and concerns, we not only demonstrate our commitment to their care, but also help build trust and loyalty. Let's continue to prioritize quick response times to ensure every patient feels valued and supported throughout their journey with us. Number 2, practice goals update. Focus on multiple pair sales. We reviewed the progress of our practice goals and identified an area where we can focus our efforts on to drive even greater success, multiple pair sales. By promoting the benefits of multiple pairs of eyewear to our patients, we not only enhance their visual experience, but also increase revenue opportunities for the practice. Let's get creative and find innovative ways to showcase the value of multiple pair purchases to our patients, ensuring they leave our practice with everything they need and more. And number 3, recognition for Mary. Last but certainly not least, I want to give a huge shout out to Mary for the glaring review that she received from a patient. Mary, your dedication to providing exceptional care and service to our patients does not go unnoticed. Your commitment to excellence truly sets the standard for our team. Keep up the fantastic work, Mary. Your positive impact on our patients and our practice is invaluable. Let's continue to work together as a team to exceed expectations, achieve our goals, and deliver outstanding care to every patient who walks through our doors. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and let's keep striving for greatness together. Best regards. That's crazy, right? I mean, that is kind of creepy, but you got to admit, it's pretty cool that it could take what I gave it and turn it into that. It's just better. It's better than sending everyone boring bullet points that they probably won't even read. And you can probably see how this could make your life a lot simpler by taking a lot of the busy work off your plate or your staff's plate, which allows you to consider something that's pretty exciting. With all this free time that you have, what could you or your staff do that you weren't able to do before? What are those really important things that you've been wanting to do, but you haven't had the time? I'd love to grow our dry eye clinic or myopia management specialty or tackle optical inventory, but I haven't had time. Or I'd love to not work as much or not have to work so hard. So if you use your imagination, there are really endless possibilities. I just wanted to introduce you to the platform if you weren't familiar. If you have been using AI to improve your day-to-day operations, I would love to hear from you and how you've been using it. Just please shoot me an email at svargo@idoc.net. That's idoc.net. And I'll mention, too, that there's also a lot of AI-driven apps and software that hold a lot of potential. I've been playing around with a few of them. So my advice would be to just start familiarizing, tough word to say, familiarizing yourself with AI and its various applications and how it can almost be like having a free employee. You guys are great. Thanks for supporting the podcast. It's hard doing what you do. I hope this helps make things a little easier for you. If you want more information about iDoc and how we help practice owners build the practice of their dreams, you can check us out online at idoc.net. So thanks for tuning in and keep dreaming big.